Hello everyone. So today we're going to be looking through this nice little book that we have here. This is Hardcore Gaming 101. This is volume 3. I don't know how many others there are exactly, but what really kind of captured my imagination and caught my eye with this one is it's a guide to retro horror games. This doesn't cover all of them, which is kind of not really a sore spot with me, but the decisions on some of the games in here I really do agree with. A few of the games at the end where they go through a lot of the PC games, they're kind of cool to see because I didn't really do a lot with PC gaming. And they don't just cover like individual games, like they'll get into like entire series. So let's go ahead and get started here and you'll kind of see what I mean. So we just get like a brief introduction here, and then bam, we're talking about ghouls and ghosts. Or ghosts and goblins, sorry. I'm more familiar with the Genesis version of this than I am with the SNES, so kind of forgive me a little bit as I mess up a lot of this. So this is really cool, where they go through a lot of the history of the series, and it's just really amazing to look at. And they do have like a few pictures in here which look more like the actual arcades than the home consoles. And in fact, this thing, I don't know if you guys will really be able to see it, but they show off like a lot of the different versions and screenshots from them. And one of the big things I want to point out is, what the hell are you doing, Commodore 64? I think this is supposed to be your guy, but I can't tell because it looks like a Smurf that somebody just vomited blood on, and it doesn't really look right. A lot of the other ones you can kind of tell what's going on. You have some crazy graphics with some of these, like some of the micros that really couldn't handle the game very much. But overall, they all pretty much look good except for the Commodore 64 one. At least I think this is your guy. For all I know, this could be your guy. This weird little coin thing up at the top there. But anyway, I'll stop rashing on that one. That was just one of the first things that caught my eye. But this is just a painfully hard game. If you've never played Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts, they're a very, very hard game. Very hard games, sorry. Just all kinds of messed up right now. But anyway, it's just so amazing to like see all of the different versions of it with screenshots and everything. And like I said, he goes through the entire series, or not he, they go through the entire series. And so you get Ghouls and Ghosts, you get Super Ghouls and Ghosts, you get the Game Boy Advance version, and you get just all of the different ones. It's so cool to see all these, especially since I didn't play all of them. And of course, you get Gargoyle's Quest, and then you'll get Gargoyle's Quest 2, and then Demon Crest eventually. And then they go into a couple of weird ones that I wasn't really too sure how they were connected. But, yeah, here we are talking about Maximo now. This is a weird one. I probably would have left this off and talked about something else, but I think he wanted to close out, like, the entire series for Ghouls and Ghosts and Ghosts and Goblins, that sort of thing. But, yeah, it's really cool to see all of this stuff. And if we just skip ahead a little bit here, we jump right into Splatterhouse. Now, These are games that I really, really loved. At least Splatterhouse 2 and 3. I never got a chance to play the original one, mostly because I didn't have a TurboGrafx 16, and I had no idea where I was actually supposed to get a copy of the original Splatterhouse. But I didn't play the original one. I didn't play this one either. This was Splatterhouse Naughty Graffiti on the Famicom. And I have played this one, but I only played it like recently when I got a fan translation version of it. But then we get into these. These are so awesome. This is one of the games that really made me want to get a Genesis. Or at least made me want to steal my friend's Genesis and just keep it in my house and play it. But that's besides the point. That's because they were just super bloody, and for a long time I thought I was Jason. At least when I was playing this game, I really thought that you were Jason. But, yeah, clearly I was horribly wrong. And then we go into the next one. the 2010 sort of remake thing, which I haven't had a chance to play this one yet. It looks just like the others, super violent, super bloody, a little gross, but that was Splatterhouse. I mean, that was pretty much what you wanted from it. And we just go through a few of these other ones here. So he goes into a few others. I probably would not have included Zombies Ate My Neighbors here, but that's like another style point. I want to jump ahead really quick, so I'm not going to go through the whole book. But he does a really nice thing here where he talks about Sweet Home. This one, I like to kind of think of it as Resident Evil 0, because it was sort of the game that Resident Evil was based on, only this is an actual RPG and everything. Unfortunately, we didn't get this in the US. I have played a fan translation of it, and that's kind of what he has, a few screenshots of that here. But this was a really cool idea for a game, and I wish that we had gotten this in the US, but I think at the time of its release, it probably would have been pretty weird for us to have gotten it. Anyway, I just wanted to talk, like, really briefly about some of the game choices that he does make in here, or at least that they made in here with this. Sorry that I keep on saying he. But I would have probably... I think he did like a dedicated version of Castlevania, so I can kind of see why that wouldn't be in here. But just some of the others, I think, probably could have been in. He didn't have Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, which is kind of understandable. Monster Party is in here, which is a really cool game as well. But overall, this is kind of a nice intro into retro horror games, especially from like the 8 and 16-bit era. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. I don't really have a whole lot more else to say on this, otherwise, I would keep rambling at you. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video, and if you did like it, please leave a comment below, and have a great day, everyone.